Hindenburg shocks India again. Says it, Adani money siphoning scandal. Watch the details. SEBI's indifference to Adani's Mauritius and offshore shell entities 18 months after Hindenburg's Adani report is shocking. Hindenburg alleges that an Adani director founded the IPE Plus Fund, a small Mauritius offshore firm, through Wirecard-connected asset management company India Infoline, IIFL. The Supreme Court stated SEBI drawn a blank in its investigation into Adani's overseas shareholders' funding. If SEBI wanted to find offshore fund holders, Hindenburg said Hindenburg report, SEBI chair may have started by looking in mirror. Find it unsurprising that SEBI was reluctant to follow a trail that may have led to its own chairperson, argues Hindenburg Research. Hindenburg claims SEBI has not acted against any other Indian origin suspected Adani shareholders operated by India. She owned 100% of Agora Partners, an offshore Singaporean consulting firm, at SEBI. Hindenburg Research reported that she quietly transferred the shares to her husband on March 16, 2022, 2 weeks after becoming SEBI chair. Hindenburg claims that Blackstone supported Mindspace and Nexus Select Trust, India's second and fourth REITs, to receive SEBI approval for a public IPO, when Dhaval Buch was senior advisor and his wife was a SEBI official. Another claim concerns SEBI Chairperson Madhabi Buch, who referred to real estate investment trusts, REITs, as her favorite products for the future, and encouraged investors to view the asset class positively at industry events. However, Hindenburg noted that, while making those statements, she omitted to mention that Blackstone, who her husband advises, stands to gain significantly from the asset class. What is Hindenburg? The company was named as Hindenburg Research after the 1937 Hindenburg disaster, a preventable German airship explosion. We look for similar man-made disasters floating around the market and aim to shed light on them before they lure more unsuspecting victims, their website states. One of their main tactics is short selling, where they use company information to predict market price drops. Founder and researcher Nathan Anderson calls himself an activist short seller. Before release, the corporation discusses its reports with the board of investors to make shorting bids on financial actors. Since 2017, they have produced 16 reports on illicit activities, financial fraud, and more in the SEC and private enterprises like Afiria, Pershing Gold, Nikola, and others across sectors and nations. After Hindenburg Research alleged that Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, Chairperson Madhabi Buch and her husband, Dhaval Buch, owned stakes in obscure offshore entities used in the alleged Adani money siphoning scandal, markets are likely to react knee-jerk. Hindenburg says that SEBI has neglected its responsibility, seemingly protecting fraudsters more than investors. The US short seller slammed the Indian government and labeled corporate governance a myth. The message to Indian investors is clear. Hindenburg says that you have no fraud protection. Corporate governance in India is a fantasy for influence-buying business people.